Guys. Okay, we're got too excited and spoke way too fast. Don't mind the dark lighting. This is gonna be real quick. As you guys saw by the thumbnail, this video is a Knicks story, but I need to say something. If you didn't know already, we got a Discord. That's right, the CK crew got a Discord. Yes, look at the graphic or the images I put together to make seem like a graphic. Yes, the CK crew has a Discord where we were talking about everything from Knicks to NBA talk and memes. There are plenty of NBA memes. So go to the link in the description below, hit that thing, join the Discord. It's a lot of fun, good times. Now, I'm not gonna take any more of your time. Let's get to this video ahead. It's the Knicks story about... I don't know who it's about yet, but roll the intro. What's good, CK crew? It's your boy CK2K, and welcome back to another Knicks story. Now, I know it's been damn near a whole entire NBA season since the last one, but we're going to get right into today's. Again, I don't want to keep shoving it down y'all's throat. Pause. Yeah, pause. But yes, there's a new CK crew Discord. The link is in the description below. Hit that link. It's a lot of fun. Seriously, if you guys want to come through, talk basketball, talk Knicks, talk anything, we'll have a lot of fun over there. You get a lot of the featured stuff beforehand. It's completely free. It's good stuff. Go join the Discord, and yeah. Let's get into this story. So for my Knicks fans, you guys know that when it is a season like this season, when we are tanking or we are budding for a very good draft pick, we tend to get players like the person that we're going to be talking about in today's video. We tend to pick up guys from the G League or from the bottom of other teams' rosters that seem like they need a second chance, and they, for whatever reason, decide to blossom under the Knicks' watch. And today's case is no different. Today we are going to be talking about Kadeem Allen. Now, what intrigued me so much about Kadeem Allen is his story. His story is very, very different compared to a lot of these guys that we talk about in these kind of videos. I mean, we have the guys who are top 5 recruits. We have guys that go to schools and are best in their classes, guys that are one and done, so on and so forth. But this guy, his story is not similar in any way. So for everyone's favorite part is the full name, and the full name for Kadeem Allen is Kadeem Frank Allen. Kadeem Allen was born January 15th, 1993 in Wilmington, North Carolina. And like I said to start off this video, his story isn't as extravagant as a lot of the other guys that we've talked about. And it all dates back to his high school at New Hanover High in his hometown of Wilmington, North Carolina, where in his senior year, he averaged a solid 14.7 points per game. That's right. In the other years prior to that, he didn't really do crazy stats, but for his senior year he did enough to at least catch some eyes from some schools, but not a lot of D1 schools. So ultimately, because of that, Kadeem finished his high school career as a 2-star recruit, and he resorted to play for Hutchinson Community College in Kansas, where in his second season he averaged a strong 25.9 points per game. He was then named the 2014 Junior College Player of the Year. Due to this solid season, he was starting to get attention from a ton of D1 schools, and he visited schools like Kansas and Cincinnati. And going into it, it seemed like the front runner would definitely be Kansas, being that he's already playing there, and Kansas being such a highly rated school, it would have only made sense for him to go there. Well, wrong. Later on in his recruitment process, Sean Miller, that's right, Coach Sean Miller of the Arizona, made a nice plea for him at the very end, and he ultimately decided to go to Arizona. Now, Kadeem had said, aside from Sean Miller's coaching, he was looking forward to being able to work out with an ex-NBA guard like Damon Stoudemire, who is in the Arizona staff. Now, after Kadeem's really solid final season at Hutchinson, he had a slower start for the Wildcats in his first season, then ultimately decided to redshirt. Now, in his junior season, a year later, he averaged 8.4 points per game, 3.6 assists, and a steal per game, with shooting a solid 47% from the field. Now, Kadeem's biggest upside was his leadership and physical play, especially on the defensive end. Sadly, though, in his junior year, Arizona ended up losing in the first round to Wichita State. Yeah, that Wichita State that was getting everybody surprised. I think you guys know a certain player that's on this team. God, Ron Baker's made a few appearances on these Knicks stories. But anyways, and notably but not notably, Kadeem ended up leading the way with a measly 11 points. Yeah, he was the leading scorer of the entire Arizona team. Now, this is also an Arizona team with our guy, Alonzo Trier, on it as well. And 11 points was the game high for the Arizona Wildcats. But moving on to his senior season, his final season, Kadeem solidified his role as the coach's favorite with constant praise from Coach Miller. Miller even once said that he is one of the greatest leaders that he's ever coached, as well as saying things like he's one of the best defensive guards in the entire NCAA. One of the most outstanding defensive performances came against Washington and the future first overall pick, Markelle Fultz. Markelle Fultz was known to be a very savvy and fun scoring guard in his college career, but he only scored 16 points against Kadeem. That's pretty good, right? It took him 23 shots to get that. 23 shots. But defensive outings like this one stuck out to a lot of GMs and scouts on the next level, and he was on a lot of people's short list coming into the second round of the NBA draft. Now, although Arizona once again, even though making a little bit of a better run, once again did not finish with a championship in the NCAA tournament, Kadeem did not leave his college career empty-handed. He ended in 2017 getting both the All Pac-12 defensive team and on the All Pac-12 second team, and those are two pretty good awards to take home with them. Now, fast forward to the NBA draft, Kadeem ended up going 53rd to the Boston Celtics in the second round. I mean, he only played 18 games. He did have a few good outings. He did end up starting a game that season, and he totaled a stat line of 18 points, 11 boards, and 12 assists. Well, that's in the entirety of his rookie season and all 107 minutes that he played. Kadeem spent the majority of his rookie year in the G League playing for the Maine Red Claws, where he averaged 17.7 points per game and 5 assists per game, and he shot an okay 30% from 3. Knowing that he's not really a three-point shooter, that was actually pretty solid for his career. Now, sadly, in the offseason, Kadeem was ultimately waived by the Celtics and then eventually found himself in Westchester playing for the Westchester Knicks. The Knicks, they ended up signing Kadeem to a two-way deal, and at the time, Kadeem was averaging 13.7 points per game, 5.2 boards, and 5.4 assists. Also, a nice 1.6 steals per game, shooting a strong 47% from the field, and something that the Knicks need a lot, an 82% from the free throw line. Kadeem Allen was called up due to a lot of the injuries for the Knicks roster. At the time before the trade, Frank Ntilikina and Emmanuel Mudiay were both hurt, as well as Trey Burke, who ended up getting hurt right before the trade deadline. But later after the deadline, after we acquired Dennis Smith Jr. and Mudiay ended up coming back from his injury, Kadeem Allen was once again sent back down to the Westchester Knicks. But it seemed that he brought a lot of the stuff that he learned from the NBA game back with him all the way to the G League. I mean, he was putting in performances like consistent 20-plus point games, and he had a dominant triple-double against the Windy City Bulls. And luckily, but unluckily for him, Frank Ntilikina was still missing time with his growing injury. Dennis Smith Jr. started missing the games because of his back, and then once again, poof, there was another open spot for the point guard, and he was brought back up to where I think he will play the remainder of the season as one of the backup point guards, or to be in the short list of backup point guards for the New York Knicks to end off the season. And whether or not he ends up being a Knick for the long time future, I do believe with the stuff that he's done in this season, whether it be in the G League or be in the pros, he's done enough where I think he will be in a rotation of some team this time next season. But what do you guys think? Do you think Kadeem Allen's another one of those guys that played a solid season for the Knicks and then's probably going to come back to reality when he gets another contract on another team? Or do you guys think Kadeem Allen has the potential to be a solid role player, maybe even a starter on another team? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you haven't already, follow me on my socials. Hit that subscribe button, the bell, and the like button for you, boy, if you can. As I said before, new merch, and hit that link for the Discord. Also, there is currently a poll up on the community tab, and you're voting for who will be the next highlight of the next Knicks story. Right now, it's looking like Damian Dotson's in the lead, but you can see Dennis Smith Jr. is right behind him. So go ahead, vote on that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Much love to you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Roll that outro.